What if I told you that some of the healthiest foods in your kitchen are not really healthy and they could be slowing your progress? Today we're breaking down common foods that people think of as healthy and we're exploring alternatives for things that really are healthy. So the first food that we're going to talk about today, and it's something that tons of people eat when they're on a diet and they're trying to lose weight and eat more healthy, is granola. If you go to any store in the cereal section or in the bulk section where they sell granolas, you'll find so many varieties of granola. And although they're packaged as healthy, they're oftentimes filled with tons of oil and additives and sugar. And if you look at the carbs and you look at the calories and you look at the sugar content for granola, a lot of those are really very unhealthy and will, stop your dieting progress right, immediately, first thing in the morning when you're having it with your yogurt. So let's talk about some healthier alternatives that you can have instead of granola that taste just as good, if not better. Opt for putting some rolled oats with maybe a little bit of honey or maybe a little bit of monk fruit sweetener. You also could make your own granola mix that's not going to have all that, sugar and additives in it. And granola mix is very easy to make. There are several recipes for a low carb, low calorie granola mix. You can use all kinds of different things to sweeten it. And those would be some of the options that I'd look up. Another thing to look out for is the yogurts that have the granola mix on top or mixed into the granola. It's very easy to buy a yogurt or to make your own homemade yogurt and add some rolled oats or some different kinds of toppings, maybe nuts or something like that that's a healthier option for you. The second health food that, is really kind of a fake health food in many situations is store-bought smoothies. Now, these are so popular. You can actually go into any liquor store or gas station and you'll see tons of these, store-bought labeled smoothies that are supposedly good for you that are so high in sugar. They're so high in calories. And honestly, they are not a good option when you're looking to try to stay on your diet and lose weight. So a better option instead of the store-bought smoothies is to make your own smoothie. Now you can add all kinds of healthy things. If you want to add something that adds some crunch or some things that will fill you up, you can add spinach to it. You can add your own greens. You can add chia seeds. Hey, what about putting in a scoop or two of some protein powder to really make sure that you're getting adequate protein, low sugar, and low carbs, along with lower calories? So I have a protein powder that I have linked in the description below. I use it every single day. It's called Naked Whey. It doesn't have all that artificial junk in it. It's just a nice whey protein. It's very good. It's very flavorful. I actually use it only in vanilla, but they have all kinds of different flavors. Chocolate, almond. I do use almond, but I like the vanilla because I can add it to all kinds of other things. So check out some protein powders, some chia seeds, some spinach. Make your own smoothie. Hey, another thing I add to mine is cottage cheese. Another way to bump up the protein and still have something really good and really delicious. Just to share with you, I'm actually going to link this recipe below. I had bought a package of frozen cherries this week. They're pitted cherries. I added a half a cup of those to 2 scoops of the Naked Whey. I put in some almond milk and some cottage cheese. That's all I did. It was one of the best cherry smoothies I have ever had. And I made it myself. I just came up with the recipe, so I'm gonna link it below. It's for a 1-drink smoothie. And I'm going to call it Cherries Jubilee smoothie. It was so good. I'm going to have one again today. The third item on our list is whole wheat bread. Now, just because it says wheat on it doesn't mean that it's whole wheat. Oftentimes it means processed flour and food coloring. Honest to goodness, look at the ingredients. What you want to look for is a sprouted grain, a whole grain, a seeded grain, and look at the ingredients. When you look at the ingredients on the back of a package, you're going to notice the first items that come up are the things that they have the most of in your item. So if you're looking at bread that has, unbleached flour, maybe sugar, it goes from there. That's the biggest thing that's in your bread is the flour, then the sugar. I mean, you may get down to the whole wheat and it may be the last thing on your list, which means there's probably nothing in it. So read the back of the ingredients and feel free to make your own bread. There's so many different options. Along with wheat, you can also make a really delicious sourdough. I'm going to link a couple of my videos for sourdough bread either at the end or the description. I may even link it above. I have a recipe that's an Icarian sourdough bread. It's from Icaria, Greece. It's in my Want to Live to 100 series, and it is a delicious, delicious bread. A lot of people who can't digest gluten can actually eat sourdough bread because it's fermented. It's a natural fermented bread. It's not made from adding yeast and sugar and salt and all that other stuff. It is just a fermented bread. So I will link some of those in my description below. Number 4 on my list, and many of you are going to fall off your chair when you hear this, but it's salad. Salad with heavy dressings. Now, if you don't think you can gain weight eating a salad, you can. You still need to look at the ingredients, the calories, the carbs, all that kind of stuff, the fats that go into all those different things. And some of the things that you can look for that are just easy are things like, bacon and, croutons and heavy oils in the salad dressings, ranch dressings, Caesar dressings. Those all have a lot of fat and a lot of oil in them, which brings you to a lot of calories. Better options for a salad, if you're really looking to eat a healthy salad, is to add beans to it. Add lean protein if there's an option for some lean turkey or some lean chicken to put on your salads. Nuts, seeds, sunflower seeds, I think are delicious on a salad. Cranberries, the dried cranberries. Now you can't eat a ton of those because they do kind of turn to sugar, but they are very good. Feta cheese instead of regular cheese. Maybe oil and vinegar, balsamic vinaigrettes. Those are all better than the ranch type of dressings. So watch the salad bar, watch what you put on your salad. Focus on the things that you know are going to be healthy for you, really healthy. Not just, oh, it's a salad, so I'm going to dump everything in it. You might find yourself having more calories than you would if you had a macaroni and cheese and a piece of cheesecake. If that's the case, eat the mac and cheese and the cheesecake. Number 5 on my list is yogurt. Now, I am a big yogurt girl. I eat a ton of yogurt. I love yogurt. And one of the things that really draws me to the yogurt is the probiotics. It's just really good for your gut health to have yogurt. I really enjoy it, but you have to really look to find out which yogurts are lower in sugar, lower in fats, lower in all that kind of stuff, but primarily sugar. So most of the time I do one of two things. I either get the flavored Oikos yogurt, which is really good. I mean, it comes in all different kinds of flavors. It's really good. It's really healthy and very low in calories. I think it's 90 calories for a whole little tub of yogurt. And you can get them in strawberry, vanilla, raspberry, all kinds of flavors. And the other thing I like to do is make my own yogurt. I can add honey to it. I can add nuts. I can add chia seeds if I really want a nice thick yogurt. But I have a little yogurt maker. It has like a little area for like I think 8 cups, little individual servings of yogurt. It works so good. I'm going to link it in my Amazon store before. If you've never made your own yogurt, you can't do anything easier. There are tons of ways to make it on the internet, so you can do it in your crock pot, you do it in your oven, people do it in all kinds of things. I found it's easier just to do these individual little servings because I can throw them in a smoothie, I can eat them plain, I can use them to cook with for dressings. I mean, I use them for all kinds of things. And they keep great in the refrigerator. So that's the option that I use. And this is the ingredients to make yogurt. You have to have a plain yogurt starter, which is basically just like a 69-cent little tub of plain yogurt. You have to make sure it has, all the different things that make up yogurt. Don't get a flavored yogurt or anything like that. And you basically add it to milk. You stir it and you put it in the little yogurt maker. In 8 to 12 hours later, you have yogurt. It's so simple. I love it. Make it all the time. Number 6 on my list is fruit juice. Now, a lot of people drink juice with every meal, especially with breakfast. Apple juice, orange juice, grape juice, all the juices. I tell you what, they usually have 0 fiber and they have a ton of sugar. So I really don't drink any juice whatsoever. If I want juice, I eat the whole fruit. I think the whole fruit is so much better. You get the fiber, you get the vitamins, you get all the stuff. No additional sugar, just the sugar from the fruit. And if I really want something else that tastes a little fruity, sometimes I'll have infused water or a sparkling water, like a tangerine flavored sparkling water, something like that. But I don't really drink juice. I don't think it's real good for you. I hate to see. Number 7 on my list is low fat or low sugar, no sugar snacks. Now, I am all about eating snacks. I love snacks. But I'm super careful about the kind of snacks that I buy. And let me tell you, I'm going to give you a really good example because it just came up a couple days ago. I have a granddaughter. She's 1.5. My daughter-in-law, she's always looking for good options. Bless her heart. She ended up getting some sugar-free candy and gave it to my granddaughter and said, yeah, it's sugar-free. Eat the whole thing. Of course she did. She had diarrhea for 2 days. I mean, poor thing. Now she has a rash. She has all kinds of problems. Sugar-free or low sugar, all that kind of stuff doesn't mean it's healthy for you. There's all kinds of snacks that you could be eating, but, having these ones that you are prepackaged, oh, I'm having, 100 calories of cookies. They're still cookies. And honestly, if you're trying to really change the way you're eating and trying to eat more healthy, go for some nuts, go for some fresh fruit, go for something that's, even something you bake yourself, maybe some, homemade, coffee cake and put less sugar in it and know that you're putting in your whole ingredients yourself. Maybe a cinnamon apple. I don't know if you've ever baked an apple with cinnamon on it, but it's so good. I love those things. Number 8 on my list are protein bars. Now, I feel kind of bad because I have looked at a lot of protein bars, and yes, they do have more protein, but they often have just a ton of calories. They're basically a candy bar in disguise. And, if you're looking to have additional protein, you're so much better off if you can eat the food that has the protein in it. Don't grab the quick fix when you want to have protein. Yes, it's probably going to help you as far as satiating you for, not wanting to eat a ton of food because protein does that. But it's also going to stimulate something in your head that says candy bar, candy bar. It does. It does with me. I have heard it does it with other people that I know. So if you're looking for different kinds of things that you can have instead of protein bars, go for the things that are going to give you protein that are quick, healthy, just like protein bars. They're quick and fast to eat. Maybe have a yogurt. Maybe have nuts, have, something, some kind of a rolled up low carb tortilla with, lean meat in it. I mean, there's so many options now for things that you can have. And I think the more that we can get away from processed foods and eat whole foods in moderation, we're going to be a lot better off. Number 9 on my list are plant-based sweetened milks. So just because they're plant-based doesn't mean they're always healthy. Sometimes they're loaded with extra calories, extra sugar, and they don't have the protein that you're looking for. So look for different options. If you really like the plant-based milks, look for the unsweetened versions of them. And I think the more that, there are ways that you can make your own plant-based milks out of oats or out of almonds. There's lots of different things that you can do to enjoy your own homemade products. So those might be some things you look into, but check the labels. If it says it's a sweetened plant-based milk, it doesn't mean it's healthy. Number 10 on my list, veggie chips. So if you're thinking you're eating something healthy because it says vegetable on it, it doesn't mean that you are. Check the labels. It could be fried and fat. It could be, full of all kinds of chemicals. It can have all kinds of things that you really don't want to put into your system. And, I think a lot of the labeling as far as fresh fruit, fresh vegetable, this or that, it's very deceiving to the people buying these products, because we are trying to eat more healthy. We are trying to diet. We are trying to stay on our programs. And it's very hard to do that when we're being bombarded by marketing that's trying to teach us things that really are not for our benefit. Another option instead of the veggie chips is maybe air pop snacks like air pop popcorn. Another option is just real vegetables. I mean, sit down and have some real veggies. There's all kinds of ways you can eat them if you don't like them plain, but there's a lot of vegetables you can eat that are delicious plain. And a lot of times now, I never used to do this in the past, but when I'm serving dinner, instead of just opting for, some bagged vegetables or a big salad or something like that, a lot of times now I'll cut cucumbers, I'll peel them, I'll cut cucumbers, I'll cut carrots lengthwise, kind of like you do at an appetizer tray when you're going to someone's house. And I'll put like a low calorie dip or maybe a hummus. And we have that with our dinner now. Not only does it extend the time that you're eating dinner, but you really feel like you're eating something. I mean, try eating a couple of sliced carrots. They're filling. They're going to fill you up and they're good for you. So anyway, those are some of the items that I thought I'd go over with you today and help you as far as looking at things a little bit different that are marketed to us as healthy, that really are maybe stopping or slowing your process of losing weight. Healthy marketing doesn't actually mean healthy eating. And we need to be in control of our own destiny and our own decisions about buying food. Read ingredient labels. Watch for hidden sugar names. Stick to whole foods. And if it has 20 ingredients, think twice and pass. Comment below which food surprised you the most. I'm sure there was one or two that might have. And subscribe to my videos if you're looking for real nutrition tips and ways to cook things. I've made a lot of changes over the last year and a half. I've lost 79 pounds. I'm 1 pound away from 80 pounds and feeling better than I have in probably 20 years. And a lot of this is just things that I talked about today that I've made small changes over the last year and a half. So thanks for watching today, everybody. Good luck at the grocery store, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.